So we'll begin. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. This is week 3, and our focus this week is going to be on the kapha dosha. So I'm going to jump right into the presentation so that we can answer some of those questions that a few of you may have had. Fresher. And again, this is focusing on the path of the 5 great elements. And what is Ayurveda? So Ayurveda is the sister science to yoga, and it's really understanding that we all are, our constitutions are all part of nature. And that is not only, it's on your physical level and the psychologic tendencies that can be described in terms of the 5 elements. So we're breaking it down in the terms of fire, water, earth, air, and space. And everything in the natural world, including our bodies and all the food we eat, are comprised of these 5 elements. So we're going to explore how these patterns, these are organizational patterns, which are called the doshas, and those names are the vata, pitta, and kapha. And in essence, we are all part of these doshas. And some of us are going to, based on your individual makeup, have certain qualities more dominant in one area than another. And that's why when you took that test, I asked you to send me the results. And it's also interesting just to understand, where do you fit into that? So the point of, what we're trying to do is understanding and designing a practice that will help to benefit you when you're feeling out of balance. All right. So we're going to go into this a little bit deeper and based on certain qualities. So understanding what your nature is, recognizing where you're out of balance. So all of you gave me an area that you're out of balance. So when you're out of balance, the thing that you need to do is not more of the same, as you need to do the opposite. So you're going to do the opposite of where you're out of balance. And that's what we'll go into a little bit more detail now. So again, the combinations of the different doshas of the elements are: the kapha dosha is an element of the earth and the water. And that'll be the main topic today. The pitta dosha is a combination of the fire and water. And the vata is the air and space, or ether. It's referred to air or ether, or air or space. This particular slide, it sort of breaks down those qualities. Victoria was asking me what qualities, right? So the kapha dosha qualities are a certain heaviness, okay? Cold, liquid, smooth, dense, soft, stable, hard. So those are qualities that are in those elements of the earth and of the water. I can tell a little, I sometimes like to use analogies, or I'm very visual. So I'm going to move this into nature a little bit, okay? I'm going to give you a little story. Most of you here probably know the Brightwaters Lake. Okay, so I'm walking along the Brightwaters Lake and I'm looking around. And I'm looking around at nature around me. And I see this beautiful swan, majestic, floating along the lake. Nice and steady, gentle. Large swan, big chest, and just moving slowly, as if there's nothing, really slow and steady. Nothing is getting in its way. It seems to be unruffled. That's a kapha personality, okay? Strong and steady. You know that kind of person, right? The one who doesn't get easily ruffled, right? And then as I continue on my stroll and my walk around the lake, I see a little hummingbird, and it's flittering and flying really, really quick, going here, going there, everywhere. It's very light and it's moving quickly. That's the vata dosha. Okay, the quick, the airy, the person, that personality, a person who can't sit still, always, always, always on the go, move, 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 right? Can't sit still, always has to be doing something, right? And then as I'm walking along, and I all of a sudden I see gliding in the sky. This is an eagle, focused, flying over the lake, surrounding, strong, soaring, focused, looking for that prey, looking, flowing. That's a pitta. A pitta person's very focused. They have a lot of those qualities of, they're leaders. They take control of things. They're not afraid to take control of things. That's sort of their mental, but they're of a medium build. They've got strong muscles, but they're not large. So it's sort of a in between all those three. So does that visual give you an idea of what that might look like? Does that help a little bit? And so those qualities of nature apply to us too. Now, we're not any one. Most of us are a combination, okay? So don't feel, where am I? Those are just a guide for you to sort of get an understanding. So what we're going to explore is a little bit today, if I have a kapha imbalance, which is a combination of the earth and the water, you're gonna be more where you're gonna demonstrate that are earthy people in their physical makeup. They also in your mental and emotional tendencies. A kapha dosha again is said to be said in the lungs. So it's related to the lung quality of the body. So that's where that wet and slow is said to come out of that, right? The mucus that's sometimes generated in the body. So a kapha person has a large body frame, a great muscle mass. So that really, they can really get good muscles and bulk up. But there's a sense of steadiness and stability and groundedness in their personality. All right. So that's what a kapha person, all kapha person would be like. So when a kapha person, is looking at diet, they should be eating a diet of like freshly cooked foods that is light and dry and warming, as well as well-spiced, easy to digest. And ideally, they're eating warm foods. And these foods calm the kapha by balancing the mucus production, regulating moisture levels, maintaining adequate heat in the body, supporting proper digestion and their elimination. And because a kapha is so substantive in nature, an appropriate diet is actually one of the most effective ways to reel it in when your kapha is elevated. So the diet is really important. Kapha thrives on a fairly minimalistic diet when they like eating smaller meals, little to no snacking, fewer sweets, an abundance of fresh fruits and vegetables, and a variety of legumes, minimal alcohol, and lighter fare all around. Foods that embody this light quality are the antithesis to a kapha when we said that it's heavy, right? So these are the types of things you would want to have to balance that kapha nature. And moving on now to what would a practice be like, right? A yoga practice. Because of the cooling nature, we want to actually bring more heat into a kapha practice and more invigorating practice to build the energy and to build the heat in the body of somebody, because in kapha, those folks are naturally drawn to a slower pace. They are more comfortable doing nurturing activities like being out in nature. And, even in their role, they're usually in a service role, such as a teacher or a healer, or just taking it easy. And they do usually enjoy the earthy, watery foods, like things like grains and dairy and sweets and bread and pasta and baked goods. I mean, actually, we all like that. That's all doshas. But, if you eat too much of those because of that kapha quality of earth and watery foods, that may often produce too much in their body, congestion, It might make you feel sluggish. It might feel you like your energy's heavy and have a heavy weight on you, that heaviness. So usually when you're having that heaviness sensation, there's just too much kapha at that moment. That's sort of what the qualities are. So the practices of a kapha then practice today. If you're feeling lethargic in both your body and mind, a kapha practice is really what you're going to look for to help stoke the fire. We're going to see if we can create space. And again, creating space, because the lungs are a part of it, we're going to do a lot of chest openers, right? So that's where we want to create space and open up those lungs. So we're going to be doing an energizing breath. We're going to use that deep ujjayi breathing to create that heat in the body, and also to stimulate the body. So we're going to practice today doing some sun salutations. We're going to be doing lunges, high lunges and low lunges, twists, and more. So, if you're feeling, this practice should really help to pacify any heaviness, any sleepiness, and, hopefully bring you to that place of being, and it is place of a coexistent energy and relaxation, so that you can step out of your lethargy. And I'm going to remind you to have fun in your poses. Don't take yourself too seriously. Yes, practice a little bit more vigorously if you're feeling that sluggishness. Yes, we want to practice in a warm space. So hopefully your room is warm, or you have layers on so that you are warm. And when you're ready to release the pose, see if you can take one more breath. That's, you want to create that heat, create that energy. We're going to keep your chest open, your shoulders lifted, open and broadened. So just so that you have that sense of creating space in the chest, and, keeping a sharp upward gaze. So we're going to continue to bring your gaze into an upward sense today. And, pause for a moment between inhales and exhales, and just keep moving today. So today, we'll have some short rest periods, but we're going to keep the practice of flowing practice. And paying close attention to alignment. I'll keep reminding you about your alignment, and remember not to give up. So that's a little bit about kapha. So I'm going to invite everyone. We're going to start with just separating your feet about hip-width distance apart. Take a moment to feel the physical body. Feel your feet in the earth. Remember, kapha's earthy, so get grounded into your feet. Just take a moment to scan your entire body now before we start to practice, and notice those physical sensations. Notice if there's tightness, if you're feeling tension in your body, where is that tension or tightness, stickiness, sluggishness, heaviness, or do you feel light and airy? Remember, there's no judgment here. It's just bringing an awareness to those physical sensations. And then take a moment to notice the quality of your thoughts. And again, what's going on in your mind, emotionally, those feelings of emotions. And then bring your awareness to your breath. So I'm going to invite us, I'm going to do 3 big deep inhales through the nose, and I want you to exhale out through your mouth. So breathe in, nice big full deep inhale. And then exhale out of your mouth a little sigh. And again, take a nice big deep inhale. Fill your belly all the way up with your breath. And then exhale all the way out through your mouth with a sigh. And last time. Good. So let's shake it out. I'm going to shake things out a little. And we're going to start to move, and I want you to just slowly rotate. Just wait, release the inertia in the body. So as you're twisting from side to side, lift the heel of the foot, the direction that you're going to, the opposite direction, just to get that energy moving up through your legs, through your torso, through your arms. And then maybe lift your arms a little bit higher to shoulder level. And then if this feels okay, maybe even lifting your arms overhead if your shoulders are okay with that too. Just to get the joints moving, get the energy flowing. Bring your arms back to shoulder height. Bring them back to your side. And then come back into space and just sort of march in place for a few movements. Lift your knees. Feel the energy moving into the body. We want to get out any inertia. So right away, we want to start moving and creating warmth, invigorate, and energize. That's the key point of today's practice. All right. And then allow yourself to come just back to your mountain pose, feet grounded, anchored, and feel the heat and the energy already starting to move into the body. So we're going to start with a couple of sun salutations. So I'll invite you now to come towards the front of your mat, the short edge of your mat. Feet hip-width distance apart. We'll inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides, palms overhead, inhale. And then as you exhale, come into a forward fold, bend your knees, bring your fingertips down towards the floor. If you have blocks, you might want to place your fingertips on the block, that's okay. Otherwise, let your hands rest, exhale. Inhale, come halfway up. And then on your next exhale, step your right foot back. Lower your right knee to the mat. Low lunge. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Gently relax your shoulders. Lift your sternum. There's a slight back bend there. You want to feel that openness of your chest as you inhale. And now on your next exhale, lower your hands to the floor. Step your foot back up towards the front of your mat as you exhale. Inhale, come halfway up. And now I'm going to invite you to interlace your hands behind your back. And then exhale, fold forward and open up your arms overhead in a way that feels comfortable in your body. This is a nice chest opener. And then inhale, release your hands, sweep them forward and up. Come up to stand, palms to touch. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We'll repeat on the other side. So inhale, sweep your arms out and up. As you exhale, come into a forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. And now exhale, step your left foot back. Lower your left knee to your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Again, relax your shoulders. Look forward or look forward and up with your gaze. So there's an uplifting focus. Inhale. As you exhale, lower your arms, fingertips to the mat. Step your back foot forward as you exhale forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Interlace your hands behind your back. Exhale, forward fold. Draw the crown of your head to the earth. And then as you inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms forward and up, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. We will repeat that cycle one more time. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your right foot back, drop your right knee to the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Low lunge. Exhale, cartwheel your fingertips to the floor. Step your back foot forward as you exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Interlace your hands behind your back. Exhale, fold forward. Lift your arms away from your back in what is comfortable in your shoulders. Inhale, release your hands. Sweep them forward and up. Stand tall, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Move right into the other side now. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips to the floor. Bend your knees, step your left foot back. Drop your left knee on the mat. Inhale, up. Sweep your arms forward and up. Lift your gaze, lift your focus. Open up your heart, broaden your collarbone. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the floor. Step your back foot forward. Exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Interlace your hands behind your back. Lift your arms up as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Let your hands come down by your sides and just take a moment and observe. And just feel the warming qualities of a sun salutation. We're going to add on to that or make an adjustment in the next variation. So I will always offer you modifications. And again, I invite you to listen to your own body's wisdom and make an adjustment wherever's necessary for you in this practice. Everyone back to the front of your mats. Again, inhale, sweep your arms out and up, palms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Now inhale here, step your right foot back, but we're going to come up into a high lunge. So if you can, lift your torso, stack your torso over your shoulders, over your hips. Get grounded. That left knee is over that left ankle. You're in a high lunge. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. Lift your gaze, lift your focus. This is a little bit more intense. And if you need to drop your back knee, that's perfectly fine. But inhale here, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, fingertips down to the earth. Step the back foot forward. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen your neck and your spine. Interlace your hands behind your back as you fold. Exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll move right into the other side now. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your left foot back. Inhale, up to high lunge. Again, bring your hands to your hips just to make sure you feel stable and steady. Check your alignment, that your right knee is over your right ankle. You still can see the toes of the right foot in front of you. Make sure you feel stable and steady, and then sweep your arms forward and up. Lift your heart, lift your gaze, find your breath. Nice, deep breathing, breath in. And then on your exhale, cartwheel your hands to the floor. Step your back foot forward. Inhale, halfway up. Interlace your hands behind your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep both arms forward and up. Palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. All right, we're going to continue to build and add on to this into the series of sun salutations. So I'll invite you now to inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Now step your left foot back. Sweep your arms up. High lunge. Now we're going to add a little bit more heat into the pose, and I want to give you choices. So we're going to do what I call fist of fire. So the inhale here, exhale, bring your elbows into a bicep curl, exhale. So we're going to reach up, both arms up, inhale, fist of fire, exhale. One more time, reach up, exhale, fist of fire. Now, if you'd like to, we're going to repeat that, but add a dip of your knee, like you're going to try to kneel down. So inhale, as you do a fist of fire, bend that knee, you're going to tap, inhale, rise. Now, if that's too much, just stay with the arms. You don't have to do the knee bend. 2 more times. Exhale, fist of fire. Inhale, root to rise. Last time, exhale, fist of fire. Inhale, root to rise. Good, you're back in that high lunge. Now inhale here, we're going to do what I call power lunge. Sweep your arms forward and hinge from your hips as you exhale. Sweep your arms forward and up, lift your torso, lift your gaze. Look up, And then exhale, lunge forward, power lunge. Exhale. Last time, inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. And then exhale, power lunge. Beautiful, good. Take one more breath, come back up here now. Arms overhead. We're gonna add a little twist here. Your left arm will come forward, bring your right arm behind you and look over to your right as you twist in a standing lunge. Find the balance between effort and ease here. Challenge yourself. Take one more breath. Now exhale, cartwheel your hands to the floor and step your right foot back into downward dog. Let's take a downward dog walk. Pedal your feet. Pedal right, pedal left. And then see if you can find stillness in this posture. Find stable steadiness. Create length in your spine. And down through the back of your legs. Nice, long, stable, steady pose. Take one more breath. And then lift your left leg and step your left foot forward. And inhale, come on up to that high lunge. Focus is in front of you. Inhale. We're going to do those fists of fire now. Exhale, bend your elbows like a nice bicep curl 3 times. Bring it in nice and tight. Draw that energy in. And then inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Find stability in your posture. Exhale, squeeze it in nice and tight. And then inhale, reach up. One more time. Exhale, bring it in. Squeeze it in. And inhale, reach up. Now we'll add the dip of the knee only if you choose to. Remember, you can stay in the same series we just did, or if you want to intensify it, exhale, fist of fire, drop your knee, root to rise. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lift and reach. We'll do one more. Squeeze it in, nice and tight. Inhale and lift. High lunge. From a high lunge, we're going to move right into that power lunge for 3 times. Inhale here. Exhale, sweep your arms alongside you. Lengthen out your spine as you lean forward into a power lunge. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. Lift your torso up. Lift your gaze. And exhale, fold forward. Hinge from your hips. Last one. Inhale. Lift your arms forward and up. Exhale. Sweep your arms along your side. Create length in your spine. And then on your next inhale, come back to your high lunge. Find stability and balance. Focus. We're going to add the twist. So now your right arm will go forward, the left arm behind, and look over towards your left shoulder. Find the balance between effort and ease. Nice wide stance. Spread your fingers. Take a great big deep inhale. And then on your next exhalation, cartwheel your hands to the floor. Step your foot back to downward dog. And then I'll invite you to drop your knees to the floor and shift your hips back. Stretch your spine here in a child's pose. Shift your hips right and left. Take a moment here to observe and notice those physical sensations. Feel the heat that you're building in your body, the energy you're building, and just be aware of those physical sensations. No judgment, just a sense of awareness. Feel that warmth that you're creating. As we continue to keep moving, I'll invite you now to come back up into your downward dog. Lifting your right leg up to the sky. Open up through your hip by bending that right knee and just feeling that hip opening up. Hip opening stretch. Inhale. Now step your right foot forward up to your right thumb. And you're going to come into warrior one. So exhale, let the heel of the back foot come to the earth. Inhale, lift up. Now when you lift up here, your right heel is just kicked out at a slight angle. Your right foot is forward towards the front edge of your mat. The right knee is bent. Bring both shoulders square to the front of your mat. But your left hip might be slightly open. That's what you want. You want to be able to feel the anchor and groundedness through the pelvis here. But square your shoulders and then sweep your arms forward and up into a warrior one. So warrior one is a little bit lifting that heart, broadening that collarbone, lengthening your tailbone, and maybe gently lifting your gaze upward. So there's a slight back bending sensation in a warrior one. Your fingertips are bright. Feel that energetic quality in your hands as you root down through your feet. Find that ujjayi breath as we are breathing deep. Nice big deep inhale. Nice big deep exhale. And one more time. We're going to move into warrior two. So you're going to lower your arms. You're going to let the back foot be parallel to the back edge of your mat. Transition your shoulders and hips to face the long edge of your mat. The right foot is facing the front of your mat. Bend your right knee. So as you bend your right knee, and the same qualities, knee over ankle, make sure you can look over your toes, over your knee and see your toes still. You don't want to be hyperextending your knee over your toes. So you want to have good alignment here. Now shoulders over the hips, broaden at the collarbones as you expand your arms. Relax those shoulder blades down the back and find that energetic quality in your legs. So get grounded. This is the rooting down action through your feet. Feel the pelvis, the grounding element and through your pelvis and your shoulders stacked. Your gaze will be over your right hand and maybe looking a little bit forward and up with that energetic quality of expansion and reach. Take one more inhale. Now on your next exhale, you're going to bend that right elbow lower towards your right thigh. Keeping the front of your body nice and open so that you really feel your shoulders are open. The whole front part of your body is open. And now I invite you to take that arm. You can either rest it on your hip or sweep it up. Try not to collapse into the shoulder so that the back of your neck and spine is in line. Energetically, sometimes I just bring my hand to the back of my neck to make sure that I can feel the length of my back body, and then extend and reach so that I feel that I can keep that energetic quality. Lengthening the spine, reaching out through my arms, reaching down through my legs. Find that quality of the breath as you inhale and then as you exhale. We're slowly going to come out of this by coming back into warrior two. I'll invite you to lower your arms, parallel your feet together, and heel toe in. Come together at mountain and feel that energetic quality. Again, observe your body. Notice whatever the energy is in these moves, without judgment, but just a sense of awareness. We will do the opposite foot, but we're going to maintain, again, stepping your feet about wider than hip width. Point your left foot to the back edge of your mat now, or the back edge. We're going to come into warrior one. So kick the heel of the back foot out just a bit. And then you're going to square your shoulders to the back edge of your mat. And inhale. Left knee is bent. Sweep your arms forward and up. Feel that stretch through the front body. In particular, you might notice a nice stretch right in front of your right hip. Psoas area, create length there. Relax the shoulders, but lift your sternum and lift your gaze so that you're looking slightly, focusing upward, creating an upward lift through the collarbones, through the heart center. Create spaciousness in your lungs with your breath. Take one more inhale, and then on your exhale, we're going to slowly transition to warrior two. So lower your arms, reposition your feet. So the back foot now is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Again, your knee is bent where the knee is always over the ankle, but your shoulders and hips now are stacked, one on top of the other, so that your front body is open. Watch that this knee doesn't collapse. You want to draw that thigh towards the outer edge of your foot, and then expand the arms, and then expand your focus over the middle finger of your left hand. Really lengthen out and find the quality of your breath here, and just find the stillness of the pose with your own energy here for about 3 rounds of breath. Warrior two is a very powerful, courageous pose, and feel the strength of your own physical body. Feel the own courage of your body supporting you here. On your next exhalation, bend your front elbow, rest it on your thigh, and then you're going to sweep your arm out and up, overhead into extended side angle. Make sure you're staying anchored through the outer edge of your back foot. You want to really stay grounded in your legs and feel the length in your body. Try to not to collapse into your left shoulder so that the back of your neck is long, in line with your spine. So this is a lateral stretch, which creates really a lot of spaciousness in your rib cage. Something we don't often do in our everyday life. So we want to do this in our yoga practice, create spaciousness in our bodies. Get rid of the sluggish feelings, energize the body. Feel light in your shoulder, don't feel heaviness here. Energize through your legs and through your core, so there's a lightness in your upper body. When you're ready, transition back to warrior two. And from warrior two, come back into pointing your toes forward. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, we're going to take a wide angle forward fold. So you're going to hinge at your hips, shift your butt back. Knees should be not locked out, slightly soft. And depending on your ability here, everyone will be in a different place. But I'm going to invite you to take that forward fold. Again, if you have a block, you can rest your fingertips on a block. Or you can bring your fingertips to the floor. And then gently let the crown of your head come down in a way that feels appropriate for you today in a forward fold. This is wide angle stance, forward fold. And this is actually an inversion. And inversions are so helpful to get rid of the stagnant, anything that might be stagnant in the body. By inverting the body, inverting the spine, you're getting that energy to move. So poses like downward dog and poses like this forward folds and wide-legged forward folds are so good to create the movement, stagnant movement out of the body. So bring the blood up towards the crown of your head, as long as you don't feel dizzy with it or it creates any lightheadedness for you. So stay here for a couple more breaths, please. Just observe what it is that you're feeling in the body with this. Notice how the shift of energy is moving just by hanging out here. Now, very slowly, you're going to point your toes to the front of your mat. One leg is extended forward, one back. And we're now in a pose called the pyramid pose. It's a really very extreme stretch of your hamstrings. So some of you might need to modify by bringing your hands up to your thighs, and that might be a little bit more supportive in your practice today. So again, I always want to offer you many different choices here. So if your hamstrings are really, really tight today, take this modification with your hands resting on your thighs. Again, if you have a block, here's when blocks will come in handy. You can rest your hands on the blocks. And for those of you who might be very, have a lot of agility in your hamstrings, you can come into that full forward fold, resting across that forward thigh. So again, this is your personal practice. Listen to your body. Take the way that feels appropriate for you. And if you choose to, we're going to add one more twist here before we move out of this pose. So if you're here with your hands on your thighs, keep your left hand on your thigh and sweep your right arm out and look over to your right. So you're adding a twist to it. For those with your hands on the floor or on a block, again, add the twist. This is a pretty deep, a very deep twist. Modify appropriately. It's a challenge. Release the twist and then step both feet forward. And then I'm going to invite you to separate your feet nice and wide and bend your knees, drop your hips, and maybe even come into a full squat. Now that may not be available to everybody. So if your hips don't want to go into a full squat, rest your hands on your knees and thighs and squat here. All right. Those of you who want to go into a deep squat, drop your hips, watch your knees. Knees and toes always should be in the same direction here. Feel that deep, earthy quality of the squat. Focus is forward, head is up, looking forward. Take one more breath. And then slowly, you're going to come back up again. All right. And left foot forward now, right foot back into the pyramid pose. So again, start with you. If you would, your hands resting on your thighs. Feel a comfortable distance between your front leg and your back leg, so adjust it for your stance. Remember, these poses have to be adapted and adjusted for your own body. So listen to the wisdom of your own body, adjust and adapt. For those of you who want to go deeper, you can use the hands to the block. Or if you want to go all the way down, fingertips to the floor. Feel that deep stretch in the hips, in the hamstrings. And anybody who wants to add the twist, again, right hand stays down or on a block or on the thigh. Lift your left arm and twist in the opposite direction. So that's a little bit of a challenge here. This is a challenge pose. This is very challenging. So only listen to your body as you take this posture. Stay grounded through your feet. Feel the four corners of your feet anchoring down, lengthening your spine. Take one more breath. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, step your back foot forward, step it as wide as your mat, and prepare for another squat. Your variation, hands on your knees, or drop your hips into full malasana, Barlin squat. While I'm here, I just gently rock from side to side. That helps to release that low back. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back up to stand. So bend your knees. Use your fingertips to help lift yourself up. Sweep your arms all the way out and up, palms to touch. And exhale, all the way up to the side. Stand in your mountain pose and observe. Notice that felt sensation of the heat generated in your body, and notice that felt sensation. This is where I'm pausing to take a moment to take a sip of water. I'm going to encourage you as well. If you want to take a moment to sip, go right ahead. for the next pose we're going to do, I'm going to offer, for those of you who have a block, you can do this with or without a block. And even if you don't have a block, that's fine. You're still going to get a lot of benefit from these next few moves. For those of you who will be using your block, you're going to take your block on the narrow level and place it in between your thighs, above your knees, okay? And not all the way up towards, somewhere in between those inner thighs, but not all the way up. So there should be a comfortable sensation here. And you're going to squeeze your thighs together, but look down at your feet. Make sure your feet are parallel, that you're not pointing in or pointing out. You want to have your feet parallel, facing forward, rooting down through your heels. Knees are soft, so remember the energy here is not locking out your knees. Knees are soft. Your hips are over your heels. Bring your shoulders forward and up, and roll them down the back. So the backs of the shoulders are open and the heart is open. All right. As you squeeze that block, and if you don't have a block, energetically in your mind, imagine you are squeezing. So you're doing a little bit of adduction there, squeezing those adductors together. So you can actually make it even a harder workout for those who don't have it, energetically squeezing without a block. And then just relax the squeeze, but have the block there. So we're going to move through a series of poses. First, we're going to practice the chair pose. And I'm going to turn to the side because I want everyone to see. It's really important that when you go to sit back in your chair, you shift the hips back so that as if you're sitting on a chair that's behind you about 2 feet. So you really are drawing your hip bones back. Let them slide back so that your knees are still, you can look down and see your toes, okay? That's really important. You don't want to jam your knees into your shins so that your knees are way out over your toes. Slide the thigh bones back and sit. So that's going to really require you to engage your quads and your quads and your glutes. And think about that energetic sensation in your spine now. So I want you to think about lengthening your tailbone and zipping your front zipper up just a bit so you can feel the tone in your core. Good. And then your arms are going to be extended out. And for today's practice, I'll invite you to just keep your arms parallel to the floor. If you really want to lift them up over here, go right ahead. But I'm going to keep my arms here for today's practice. So as you're squeezing this block and using your quads and your glutes, you're automatically going to start to feel the heart rate start to lift. Now inhale, stand tall, lift your arms up, exhale, arms down by your sides. So you feel that energetic quality. This will get the heart rate up. So we're going to try that again. Shift your hips back like you're sitting in a chair, way back, arms out in front. Relax your shoulders. Remember, you're squeezing that block with a gentle squeeze. So give it that gentle squeeze. Find the breath, that ujjayi breathing deep in the back of the throat in your inhale and exhale. And then when you come to rise, I want you to press into your feet. And I'm going to use this expression, root down through your legs and let the energy lift you up through your legs, through your torso, through your arms, and exhale, arms down by your side. And just observe that heat, that energetic quality. Let's try that again. Back into your chair. Sit back, relax your shoulders, and remember now to soften your facial features. This is where the energy sometimes gets hard. And I invite you to soften by relaxing your tongue, softening your jaw, and then root to rise as you inhale. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Great. So now we're going to just practice lifting your heels. As you lift your heels, lift your arms. As you inhale, lift up. And then exhale, lower down. So here's the challenge, is to coordinate the movement of lifting your heels, lifting your arms with your breath as you inhale, and then as you exhale. So the energy here is focus. Try not to drop your heels before you complete your arms. So see if you can coordinate that movement with control. And that's, again, energetically very stimulating as you inhale. One more time, lift up. And one more time, lower down. Good job. Now we're going to take our chair pose. You're going to imagine here, you're going to shift your hips back in chair, but this time you're going to bring your arms behind you. And I call this the downhill skier, all right? This is the downhill skier variation. We're going to take downhill skier into a lift. So sweep your arms forward and up on an inhale, come up through chair, but lift up onto those heels, lift tall. Exhale, lower your hands down by your sides. And notice how that felt. Let's try that again. Go back into your downhill skier. Shift your hips back. Extend your arms out behind you, fingertips bright. Your spine is parallel to the floor. Your gaze is forward and up. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. As your arms come up, you lift up. Your torso lifts up. Your heels lift up. And as you exhale, your arms come down by your sides. We'll do that one last time. Find your downhill skier. Spine is long, neck is long, the back of your neck is long, your gaze is slightly in front. Inhale here, and then on your next exhale, root down to rise up. Sweep your arms forward and up, beautiful. Lift your heels, and then exhale, lower down. Excellent. And feel those energetic qualities of those moves. Even though we're doing them nice and slow and easy, I don't know about you, but my heart rate is up from that energy of moving in a way that's very, very grounding, very organized, very strong, all right? So we're invigorating our big muscles, the big muscles of your quads and your glutes, getting the blood pumped. And that's what I'm feeling, the blood pumping up into the body. So we're going to string this together in a series of a flow, and we're going to do this together. So the way this will start is I'll demonstrate it once, and then we'll do it together 3 times. So we'll start with initially, I'm going to come to the side so you can see me, and we're initially going to lift the heels and lift the arms on an inhale. When you exhale, you're going to sweep the arms forward and back behind you, go right into your downhill skier. And then when we inhale again, we're going to come up through chair, lift to rise, lift your heels, and then exhale, arms down by your sides. All right? That's the sequence, and we'll do that together. But I invite you to remember to do this at a cadence that's appropriate for you. If I'm moving too quick for you, slow it down. Stay at your own pace. If I'm going too slow for you, again, move at your own cadence. Use your breath with your movement. Linking breath to movement is really so much a part of the energetic qualities and the benefits you'll get from this. So let's begin. Find your mountain. Find your feet grounding into the earth without locking out your knees. Keep your knees soft. Hips over heels. Shoulders over hips. Focus forward. Find the balance, find the breath, and then I'm going to invite you on your next inhale. You're going to lift your heels and lift your arms. As you exhale, sweep your arms behind you, come back into your downhill skier as you exhale. On your next inhale, sweep your arms forward and up, come up through chair, but lift all the way up, and then exhale with your arms down by your sides. Again, inhale, lift your heels, lift your arms, stand tall. As you exhale, come into your downhill skier. Sweep your arms behind you. The back of the neck is long. As you inhale, sweep your arms forward and up, and lift up onto your toes if you can. Exhale, lower your heels, lower your arms. We'll go one more round. Inhale, lift your heels, lift your arms, lift your heart. As you exhale, come through downhill skier, sweep your arms behind, lengthen your spine, your back body's long. As you inhale now, root to rise, gather that energy up, lift up, heart lifted, eyes lifted. As you exhale, place your palms together. Lower your hands and lower your heels. Lower your gaze into your heart center. Pause here for a moment. Be the witness, observe without judgment. Just be aware now of the physical body and what the sensations are. Release your hands and guess what? Release the block. Now notice how that feels. There's a shift here, right? All right, I'm going to invite you to put your block down to the side. Come back towards the front of your mat. We're going to make our way down. We're going to just do a little bit of back body work from a prone position on your mat. So as we inhale, sweep your arms out and up. As you exhale, come into a forward fold. Inhale here. Now as you exhale, step back into your plank pose, okay? Plank pose. And now we're going to lower down, knees, drop your chest, drop your chin to your mat. Extend your legs behind you, taps of your toenails pressing into your mat, hands alongside your chest. Roll those shoulder blades down the chest as you inhale, lift up. As you exhale, lower down and look to your right. We're going to repeat. Inhale, lift up, roll those shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, look forward and up. And now as you exhale, look to your left. Rest your cheek on your mat. Now inhale, again, lift up, hold here. Allow those shoulder blades to rest down the back, elbows in, soften the glutes. Feel that back bending, opening qualities of this posture. Take one more breath. And then as you exhale, lower down. You're going to press up and back onto all fours. And then gently press your hips all the way back. Take your child's pose. Rest your hips on your thighs. And if you'd like to just shift your hips from side to side, please do so. Gently come up onto all fours now. And we're going to just do a little bit of cat-cow. Release the spine as you inhale. Lift your sternum, broaden your collarbones, look forward and up. And then on your exhale, press your shins, press your palms. Draw your navel center up towards your heart, to your spine rather, and squeeze as you exhale. Repeat that 2 or 3 more times at your own cadence. Inhale, lift your tailbone, broaden your collarbone, lift your gaze as you look forward, and then as you exhale, round your spine. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, look forward and up. And then exhale, round. Press your hips back towards your heels again. This time, slide your hands behind you, next to your shins. Shake out your wrists, open and close your fingers. Circle your wrists one direction, circle them the other. And then I'm going to invite you to just stand on your knees. So I call this you're standing on your shins, okay? And now we're going to do a little bit more of another deeper back bend posture. So I'm going to offer you a couple choices here. So as you can see, your knees should be about hip width apart. Firm up through your quads and your glutes. And take the palms of your hands and place them on the back of your sacrum. Relax your shoulder blades. But now lift up through the front body. Broaden the collarbone. Open up. We're doing camel pose variations. So if you'd like, this is one variation of camel pose. So you're pressing your shins into the mat, lifting your sternum and opening up your heart. Try not to throw your neck too far back. That really sometimes is too much of a strain on those muscles in the back of the neck. So just keep that focus of looking up, maybe lifting the chin and feeling a broadness in your collarbone. And then as you exhale, come back up. I'm going to invite you to come onto all fours, or you may choose to come back into a child's pose. So again, you always want to counterbalance a back bend with a forward fold And I invite you to take the variation that feels appropriate in your body in this moment. We'll come up one more time, and we're going to repeat camel pose, but I'm going to offer a little bit deeper variation for those of you who choose to. So if you'd like, you can tuck your toes underneath so that your heels are lifted up behind you. So here's the first variation. You're going to support your low back. Remember to firm up through the front of your body, so you're lengthening your tailbone, so you're not scrunching your low back. So think about lengthening your tailbone, zipping up through this whole front of your body, right here. And then for those of you who choose to, you can sweep one hand behind and reach for your heel. Notice how that feels in your back body. If that feels like you're going too far, then don't do the other arm. Do one at a time. But if you're feeling supported here, and then bring your other arm to the other heel and notice how that feels. Again, remember about your neck. Try not to throw your head too far back. Relax those shoulders, lift the sternum, and lift your heart. Remember, lengthen through that tailbone. Don't crunch those lower back muscles. Take one more breath. When you're ready to release your hands. Again, we're going to come into a forward flexion. So shift your hips back and take a variation of child's pose in any way that feels appropriate for your body. And make your way back up onto all fours. We're going to just finish with another little gentle twist. I'm going to invite you, we're going to do a thread the needle of the shoulders twist. So you're going to take your left arm out to the side, lift it up as you inhale. Now, as you exhale, you're going to take your left arm under your right shoulder, lower your left ear and left shoulder and cheek to your mat. Now, if that doesn't feel comfortable, you can always rest your head on a pillow or a block. And feel the gentle stretch here in the back body, through the hips. Extend that right arm towards the front edge of your mat as you gently press back. Come out of the pose, slide your right hand under your right shoulder, then come back onto all fours. We'll do the other side. So take your right arm out to the side, reach it up and look up. Feel that twist. As you exhale, thread your right arm under your left shoulder, resting your your right shoulder and right ear and cheek onto your mat. Your left arm goes towards the front of your mat and stretch through the back body. And breathe. Come out of this pose, slide your left hand under your left shoulder, press up onto all fours, and I'll invite you again to take another child's pose. And again, just be aware of your physical sensations. Notice how your body's feeling. As we slowly start to prepare, we're going to come onto our backs in a moment. Just take another breath here in your child's pose. You're going to inhale. And then as we exhale, slowly come up, shift your hips, weight comes to sit on your hips. We're going to have available to you your blanket and props, but we're going to finish with the bridge pose and a supported legs pose called up the wall or up on the block. So for those of you who have a block, you might want to have that handy, and we're going to use that to support the low sacrum or back. If you don't have a block, legs up to the ceiling is fine. And for those of you who might want to do it legs up a wall, you have a wall nearby, you can do it. Or you can always, I'll take you, just to notice if you're near a couch, you can always shift your hips all the way up and place your legs on a couch. But before we get there, we're going to do one more stretch, okay? So I'll invite everybody first to come onto your backs. Knees bent, feet hip width distance apart. Create length in your spine. Bring your palms down by your sides. Walk your heels just a little bit closer towards your buttocks. We're going to inhale, lift the hips and pelvis up into a bridge, and then exhale, lower. All right, we're going to do that 2 more times. If you'd like to add the arms as you lift your hips, extend your arms overhead, and then exhale, lower your hips and lower your arms. That's optional if you choose to. Last time, inhale, lift your arms overhead, stretch and reach. As you exhale now, lower your hips, pick your knees up towards your body, draw them in towards your chest, bring your hands to your shins and rock from side to side. You just should feel really nice to release your low back. And then gently place your feet back onto your mat, as wide as your mat. And we're going to do little windshield wipers where you lower the knees to one side of your mat. And then gently lift the knees up towards the center and exhale, drop them to the other side. And so this should be very intuitive to your body. You can stay on one side longer if you'd like, or if you just want to go back and forth a few times. Just notice how that feels in your body and what feels right for you. So let your body guide you. Let the wisdom of your own body guide you to what you need right now. And then make your way back to center. Let's do a long body stretch. So extend both legs all the way out. It's like you're doing a mountain pose in a reclined position. But I'm going to invite you to extend your arms overhead as well, so that you're taking a nice long body stretch. I want you to press through your right heel like someone is pulling your ankle. Stretch the right arm overhead and stretch the right side of your body. Nice big stretch. And then release. Now do the left side. Stretch your left heel along your mat like someone's pulling your ankle. And stretching through the left arm, stretch the left side of your body, inhale, and then release. Good, now let's do both legs and both arms. Press through both heels, stretch through the legs, your thighs, stretch through your torso, stretch through your shoulders, stretch through your arms, stretch with a great big inhale, filling your lungs to capacity. So you're really filling your lungs up, inhale, inhale, inhale. And then hold the breath for a moment. And then when you're ready to exhale and release, exhale out through the mouth and relax all the muscles of your body and just let go. And see if you have that sense of, relaxed. You worked hard in this practice, and now the benefit is relaxation. So I'll invite you now. For those of you who want to stay in a reclined position, this is option 1. Option 2, if you want to do legs up. For those of you who want to do legs up, bend your knees. Place your feet flat on the floor. Now, if you want to just do simple legs up, extend both legs up. This is a really great posture. We're going to stay here for about 2 or 3 minutes. For those of you who want to add the block, you're going to put your feet on the floor, lift your hips, slide the block under your sacrum between your hip points. So make sure you feel the block is really supporting your sacrum and back body. And once you feel stable and steady here, bring your knees gently into your chest and then maybe extend the legs up here. And for those of you who want to just go over to your couch, you can throw your legs onto the top of your couch and just feel the support beneath you. But we're going to stay here for about 2 or 3 minutes. Just draw the shoulder blades down the back, place your palms on your mat, and observe the physical sensations in this particular posture. Again, inversions are very, very powerful for the body. In this particular case, this pose really helps to filter out through your lymphatic system. You're giving the body an opportunity now from the blood from your legs to recycle back towards your heart. And as that happens, there's a lot of cleansing going on through the lymph system. So as you rest here, continue to breathe with a sense of awareness of the physical sensations you're feeling in maybe your feet right now or your legs, having them lifted up. Just notice that sensation and stay with that for about another 30 seconds. And then when you're ready to come out of this pose, very carefully bend one knee and then the other knee. And then place one foot on the floor and then the other. If you're on a block, lift your hips and release the block. And then lower your pelvis to the floor. And again, extend your legs out if that feels right. Some of you might want to hug it in and rock from side to side. I'll invite you to listen to your own body here in the relaxation. Pay attention to what feels most important to you for relaxation. So we're going to do the flow of awareness practice for relaxation. And this is where I'm going to invite all of you to find the most suitable relaxed position for your body today. So if you want to continue in a posture that allows you to feel rested and supported, your legs are extended out. If you need any support underneath your body, or do you need to place a blanket over you so that you can be warm through the practice, please take a moment to get yourself set up, because this is where all the healing benefits of the work that we do really starts to happen. So finding support beneath your body in a way that's comfortable and relaxed. As you begin to settle in, become aware of where your body is resting. Feel the support beneath your head. Feel the support beneath your shoulders. Feel the support beneath your spine, your hips, your legs. And let your body rest. Give yourself the permission to let your body rest. That this time is made just for you. As you begin to settle, let your body release. Feel the support of Mother Earth beneath you, holding you, supporting you. Just feel the space where your body occupies. And then bring your attention to your breath. Feel the flow of your breath as you inhale and as you exhale. In this practice of the flow of awareness practice, the breath is, you're going to be using sweeping breaths from your inhale, where you inhale from the point upwards to your body, up to the crown of your head on an inhale, and the exhale from the crown of your head, sweeping down. See if you can cultivate an awareness of an effortless breath. Invite the breath to release any trembling, any shakiness, or any instability. Allow it to become deep and full. And feel an evenness to the inhale and the exhale, so that it's a seamless flow, a continuous weaving of your breath from an inhale into your exhale. As you inhale, Allow the breath to explore the furthest point of the uppermost extent of your inner space, all the way. Inhale from your toes, all the way up to the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, let the breath flow from the crown of your head all the way down to the point of the space in your toes. Let these sweeping breaths, as you inhale, be an upward sweep on the inhale and a downward sweep on your exhale. One more time as you inhale from your toes to your crown. Exhale from your crown to your toes. Inhale from your toes to your crown. Now on your next exhale from your crown, bring your awareness down towards your ankles. Inhale up to the crown. Exhale to your ankles. Inhale up to the crown. Exhale now to the point of your knees. Inhale up to your crown. Exhale down to your knees. Inhale to the crown. Exhale down to your perineum, the base of your spine. Inhale up to your crown. Exhale to your perineum. Inhale up to the crown. Now exhale to the point of your navel. Inhale up to the point of your crown. Exhale to your navel. Inhale to your crown. Exhale to your heart. Inhale to your crown. Exhale to your heart. Inhale to your crown. Exhale now to your throat. Inhale to your crown. Exhale to your throat. Inhale to your crown. Exhale to the center of your forehead. Inhale up to the crown. Exhale to the center of your forehead. Inhale to your crown. Exhale out through to your nostrils. Inhale from the nostrils up to the crown. Exhale out through your nostrils. Inhale through the crown. Exhale out to the point of the nostrils. And now gently release your awareness to any particular point in your body. Allow your mind to reside in the entirety of this space. And from this space, witness each breath as a pulsation of pranic sensation. This extraordinary place is the inner space of consciousness, and it's bathed in this pranic vitality. Maintain this space as you begin to deepen your breath. As you deepen your breath, See if you can sense that pulsation now at your navel center. And then slowly begin to bring the breath and awareness back into the physical body by wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. Gently awakening your body from this inner space, stretching your body, stretching your limbs, taking a nice big deep inhale as if you're stretching for the very first time today. And then on the next exhalation, when you're ready, gently bend your knees, either gather them into your chest or roll onto your side, and slowly make your way back up into a seated position. And from a seated position here, I'm just going to invite you to just be aware of the physical body, the presence of your physical body. Just rest your hands on your knees and thighs for a moment. Still maybe keep your gaze inward. Feel the sensation of pranic energy up and down your spine. Then as we come to a close, it will invite you to perhaps bring your hands to your heart, maybe one palm to palm or palm over palm, or gather. Just gently draw your gaze inward. And see if you can find a space within, surrounding your heart center, a place that feels something like gratitude. And from that place of gratitude, to that inner space that supports your body, supports your mind and your breath. Acknowledge that the pulse of light within is your inner guide, your inner light. And express gratitude to that inner light. And then rub your palms together briskly. And then bring your palms to cover your eyes. Now open your eyes and remind yourself of the inner world that's supporting your outer world. And just join with that awareness. As you open your eyes, release your palms to your heart. I wish you peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.